Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us here on Today on eNCA. Now, as we commemorate Women's Month, we chat to Candice Lill, who is making remarkable strides in her career as an athlete. In fact, Candice is one of King Price Xtreme's female athletes who is breaking barriers and making waves in her respected field. She will represent Team South Africa at 2 Olympic Games, that's London and Tokyo, and with the Paris 2024 Olympics inching ever closer. She joins me now. Candice, a very good afternoon. Welcome to eNCA. Things are looking really bright for you at the moment, are they not?
Yes, hi. Thanks for having me, first of all. And yes, I've just returned from the World Championships now in Glasgow, where I came second in the marathon event and 16 in the cross country. So I was very happy with that.
Let's talk about you representing South Africa. I mean, we are celebrating and commemorating women inside this month as a country. What does that mean for you living overseas? I mean, being overseas right now, just to know that as a woman, you are able to represent your country in this way.
Of course, I think that's fantastic. And what's even better is the support that I've got from South African sponsors to be able to do what I love and chase my dream.
I love that. Let's talk about just what goes into your preparation for a big race, Candice. What does that routine look like for you?
Well, normally I would get there probably about a week to 10 days before the event. And with cross country, you need to practice the course because it's quite technical. There's a lot of features on there that you definitely want to be comfortable with. So I would normally get there the week before, settle in, do some training rides, and then in the days leading up to the event, I would do a lot on the course, just practicing lines and feeling relaxed on the course. And then maybe the day before, a little activation session with some sprints just to get my legs going.
And right now, I mean, what does your calendar look like in as far as the training is concerned?
It's been a busy year. I've been racing in Europe since May, and June was crazy. Now we're into the latter part of the season. In the next 2 weeks, I've got a World Cup in Andorra. We're actually leaving for that tomorrow. And then 2 weeks after that, there's the last European World Cup in France, which I'll be going to, and then coming home.
Very excited to have you when all of that is done. Are you mentoring any young athletes at the moment? Are you looking at that, Candice?
Absolutely. I mean, it's been really difficult for me as a rider coming from the generation that I'm in, because there hasn't been many women doing cross country and racing overseas. So I've kind of had to make my way on my own. And now we've got some up and coming talent who I got to chat to and get to know more now at the World Championships in Glasgow, and it looks very promising. So my hope and my goal is that I'll be able to, through what I've been through and what I've experienced and the knowledge I've gained, I'll be able to help them get ahead in their careers too.
I love that. Let's unpack that further. I mean, how tricky is it, or how hard is it really for a woman to get in and stay in as a rider?
Yeah, I mean, it's really difficult. I think being a woman coming from South Africa in a sport that's, let's say, European dominant is very difficult. And never mind all the barriers that we face getting into sports in the first place as women. So once you make it to the professional level, you've already really overcome a lot. But then there needs to be that extra level of support and guidance for the young woman coming up, that they are able to do what they need to do and want to do.
And in terms of just the age limit, is that a barrier for women in particular? I mean, we know with footballers, once you reach the age of 35, they already start, booking you or fielding you less and less. By the time you hit 40, you can start coaching or looking at coaching. How does it work for riders?
I would say cycling is one of those sports that there are so many different age groups of women. You see women really excelling late in their careers. In their 30s, you see women that are in their 20s, early 20s doing really well. So I mean, I would say yes. By the time you're 40, you probably want to be looking at going into more of a mentoring, coaching role. And there's different disciplines within mountain biking, especially that I do, that you can do when you're younger, the more short, explosive things. And as you get older, you can go more into the endurance side of it. So there is that nice transition.
I love that. Candice, thank you so much for your time this afternoon, and all the best tomorrow with that competition. Candice Lill live to us this afternoon here on Today.